So you signed up to be a Science Olympiad event coach. Well, congratulations. If you're wondering just what you may have gotten into or how to get started, maybe this will help. There's plenty of resources out there to help you if you know where to look. There's only one printed rulebook distributed to each team, and this is the source for your official event descriptions. As an event coach, you'll get a copy of the rules from the team's head coach. And it's very important to make sure that you have a copy of this year's rules. Now don't be fooled. Even if you're coaching the same event that you coached last year, it's not uncommon to find subtle or not so subtle tweaks to the rules. Changes in addition to the previous year's rule book are usually highlighted in boldface type. There's lots of good places to look for information. If this isn't a brand new event, there may be a team binder available from last year's team. Check with your head coach. It's important to keep a close eye on the website. That's macombso.org. Be sure to check it often and look into the section labeled What's New. The frequently asked questions, or FAQs, are continuously updated until the tournament. There's a good chance that someone has already asked your question, and you'll find your answer there. If not, this is an easy way to get a rule clarification. Your question and the response will be posted on the FAQ page for the benefit of everyone. Be sure you attend the extravaganza in January. Here you'll have an opportunity to talk directly to the event supervisor. They'll explain exactly how the event will be set up, and you'll come away knowing exactly what your kids can expect to see at the tournament. This is intended for coaches only, so please leave the kids at home for this one. There are special workshops targeting specific events. Keep an eye on the website for what's available and where and when. These workshops are intended for coaches and students. They're usually very hands-on, and you'll get a chance to try out your event and get the feel of it. Look around on the internet. Try a search on Google or YouTube. This can be a useful way to get ideas, but be very careful. There's Science Olympiad tournaments all around the country, and their rules may not be the same. Or the information could be just plain wrong. Just because you read something on the internet doesn't make it true. Don't forget that the official event descriptions from this year's rule book that you receive from your head coach is the last word. Be sure that you read the rules very carefully and make sure that you're following them. So where are you going to get the materials that you need? If your school's been involved in Science Olympiad for a while, they probably have a lot of the materials and equipment that you're looking for. Don't forget that there may be teachers counting on that material to teach class. Does your Science Olympiad team have a budget to work with? Check with your head coach. If you procure supplies on your own, you should decide up front whether you'll expect reimbursement or if you'll consider this a donation to the team. It's important to talk about this with the head coach to make sure there's no misunderstandings later. And friends and family can be a great source for materials. When you let people know that you're coaching a Science Olympiad event, they seem to come up with all kinds of unusual stuff that you'd never expect. Pop bottles and rocks and bugs are everywhere. We pulled a great dragonfly specimen out of the grill of our car. Now it's time to practice. You'll have to decide on the best place for the team to meet for regular practices. Many teams find it convenient to meet at the coach's home. Some events may require more space, or for some reason require resources that make the school a better choice. Check with your head coach to see if the school principal has a policy on this. Of course, be sure to exchange phone numbers and email addresses with the parents of your team members. Mark up a calendar with the tournament date and the practice dates that you expect to have. Make sure to account for holidays or family vacations where team members might not be available. Set some milestones, especially for the building events, of what you expect to have accomplished by a certain time. You may have to schedule some extra meeting times if you can see that you're falling behind. Be sure to keep a binder with notes on useful information, helpful websites, and where you bought materials. This not only helps you stay organized, but it'll be a big help for next year's team. To be prepared for the tournament, your team needs to practice more than just science facts. At the extravaganza, the event supervisor explained how the event would be run and what the kids should expect to see. For instance, some events will have stations where the Olympians will answer a question, then move on to the next station. Most teams will not start at station number 1, and in all the excitement, it's real easy to start marking your answer sheet in the wrong place. What a shame to work hard and know all the answers, then fall short over something like this. As the tournament nears, the team needs to practice working under pressure. You might try things like setting a challenging time limit. The big tournament at Macomb College is a fantastic experience. It's hard to explain the level of energy and excitement to anyone who hasn't seen it for themselves. So now this is one of the hardest parts of being an event coach. It's time to stop coaching. Your job is done. This is your team's opportunity to show their stuff. Fight the temptation to coach from the sidelines. Don't let your well-intentioned, uncontrolled enthusiasm cause your team to be penalized. There's no way of telling how this experience will benefit these young scientists and engineers. But if you're not sure if your work as a Science Olympiad coach is important or appreciated, just take a good look at these faces.